Welcome back everyone, it's FNHusa57 here. We are back on Dark Souls 3 with episode 19 of the walkthrough. Of course we are on Xbox One, and again I am solo. So this will be starting from the Keep Runes bonfire. This is the second half of the Farron Keep area, and we're going to go through and pick up the items that we did not get last time. So at the end of part 18, you did see me go over here to the right and pick up an item in here. That was actually the undead bone shard. I would normally be right in here with these slugs. I didn't get to commentate on it due to the fact that I was invaded. So now that I do not have an invader to deal with, because I'm going through here without using an ember just because this is too much of a PvP area, we'll have to kill a couple of these little demon, dog, whatever the hell these mutated things are, and we'll be taking a pretty good amount of poison build up the entire time we do this, so keep that in mind. But we have to kill that big old giant crab. And he'll come over here. He will do a lot of damage to us, so bear that in mind. He also takes a crap ton of damage to kill, and surprisingly he can move pretty darn quick. So what I want to do is I want to pull him back to the bridge because I'm a sorcerer, so I really don't want to fight this guy with melee. As you can see, he really can hurt if he hits you. And he can hit you multiple times in a relatively short period of time. So do keep that in mind. I have a little bit of an advantage being a sorcerer. I have ranged abilities, but they take time to cast. So yeah, bring him down as fast as you possibly can. Use purple moss so that you don't lose any more health due to poison. And that will save you quite a bit of time. Now, he gives you the Lingering Dragon Crest Ring, which is an item that I already have because I did this once and I killed him. So, unfortunately, I can't show you that item. But you come over here and there's a bunch of items that we're going to get over here. There's literally just a ton of them. Golden Pine Bundles, which the Pine Bundles aren't really that useful. They don't last long. You want the resin. There's an ember over here, so that'll be good to replace the ember that I used in the last video. As you can see, I'm just taking poison really quickly because of this area. There's another young white branch. There's a couple of them. There's another item that you would get here that I cannot show you. And unfortunately, Dark Souls is having a bit of an issue, so I'm going to have to reload the game. So bear with me. So, as you can see, if that happens to you and you get that network error, don't worry too much about it. It's not really a big deal. It puts you back in the same place. It's just Dark Souls is having an issue right now. So, anyways, there's another item that you get right here, but I cannot show you because I already have that item. And that is the Dusk Crown. So, it's a very important item if you are a sorcerer because it boosts your sorcery damage, but it also increases the amount of damage that you take from magic. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Keep that in mind. Now we're going to go pick up another couple items that are also crucial to sorcerers. And if you want, you can skip ahead a couple minutes into the video if you don't want these particular items for whatever reason. If you're not a sorcerer or you just don't care for them, that's up to you. But it's going to take a few minutes. We're just going to clear out these enemy, and we're going to get a scroll that allows us to buy other sorceries. That's going to be pretty nice. And that item's right here, but you have this guy with his spear, and I just kind of want to get a backstab on him, but he's in this corner, which makes him kind of hard to backstab. So we'll settle for just smashing him instead. And he does drop Wolf's Blood Swordgrass, so not too bad. Go ahead and take that and pick up the Sage's Scroll. That lets us buy new sorceries. Well, it'll let us buy new sorceries soon, that is. So at this point, this is the area with those three trees. If you remember them, of course you remember them. They're very annoying, and we don't have to fight them, so we are going to go around them. I'm actually going to use a trick where I simply travel from the bonfire. So I will edit out the loading screen, of course, but it saves a lot of time and a lot of health since we actually have to go technically backwards a little bit, but it's not worth making the full circle. So come back to the bonfire, and you're going to want to travel back to the Farron Keep bonfire. So I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back at the Farron Keep bonfire now. Again, these items are sorcerer items, so you can skip them if you so do desire to. There is an item about midway out directly from where you are here, and of course, I'll get that error again. So we're back. That stupid error, there's not much you can do about it. You just have to put up with it, and you have to quit and reload the game. So anyways, we are over here in the deep end of the sludge. This is towards the right when you exit from Farron Keep bonfire. And this is the area we did not go the last time because of the basilisks. So there's several items out here. There's a pyromancy iron flesh, which is going to be the first thing that you get. In my opinion, it's useful. It's not as useful as I might like, but it's a nice one to have. So what you want to do is you want to keep your eyes out for those little basilisks. They'll charge at you really quick, and they will curse you insanely quick. This is where having the sorceries, especially powerful sorceries that can one-shot, come in handy. They do drop moss fruit, so if you want to farm them for that, that's not a bad thing, because moss fruit has the effect of all fruits. So it's actually really powerful in the fact that it'll cure poison, toxin, bleed. It'll cure almost everything that you can be ailed with. So as you see, there's that nasty curse, which you do not want that curse meter to fill up. If you let that curse meter fill up, you are screwed. You will instantly die. And believe me, it screws up your game. Like, it's ridiculous. So these guys are one of the most annoying enemies you can come to in the game. In my opinion, I would rather deal with giants than deal with these basilisk. At the same time, I can't roll very quickly due to this sludge, and you're going to be taking constant poison buildup from the sludge. So you either have to let the poison eat through your health, or you have to keep using purple moss. It's up to you, whatever you want to do, either way, and it just takes a minute to go through. Now, there's nothing back there, unfortunately, so at first you think that this area is just a dead end and a waste of time, but it's not. It's the long way around, but technically the easier way around to a couple of items that we want, quite badly, I might add. And I'm just going to keep popping these purple moss. There's a soul right here, which is always good to have. The more souls you can get, the better. And just take your time in this part, because you can run into more enemies. Now you'll notice that I'll go back here just to show you. And of course you see how I'm taking more poison the more I roll. But sadly, there's one little item hid right here, and that's just a soul. If you don't want to take the poison damage, you don't have to come over there and get the soul. That's a personal preference as far as that's concerned. Now, there are two items up there, but we'd have to go up there a little bit later on, because unfortunately you can't jump up. And we do have another basilisk to deal with. There's a couple more in this area. They don't take a lot of damage to kill, which is nice. So even if one gets too close to you, if you even have a remotely decent melee build, you should be fine. So this cave is protected by quite a few of these basilisk, and you're going to want to try and kill them relatively quickly, but you want to make sure that you don't get cursed. So get out of the curse and just keep taking them on one at a time. Otherwise, we're going to have a very, very bad day here. And I keep missing because they keep jumping. It's what makes the enemy so annoying. Anyways, give that a second, wait for the curse meter to go down a little bit, because it basically takes them 3 attacks to curse you. So that's why they're so damn deadly. Come over here, you have some repair powder that you can pick up, which repair powder is quite useful. And we're going to go into this cave and get a couple of really good items. So the first item is a golden scroll that lets us buy more pyromancies. Or not pyromancies, but sorceries. And if you're wondering about the chest, no, it's not a mimic. It's safe to open. And inside is the antiquated armor set. Dress, gloves, and skirt. So if you want that, that's available there. There's nothing in the pots, unfortunately. They're just decoration, you could say. And now we can work our way back to where we're actually supposed to be. How nice is that? And you have a little path up there, but doesn't lead to anything. And that's really about it for this area. That pretty much is it for this area. There's one more item that we'll get. So I don't know why I keep getting that connection error. I literally have never gotten it in the past. I just simply have really bad luck right now. So yeah, that's a thing. It's going on. And hopefully they get it fixed, because it's incredibly annoying to deal with. But there's nothing that I can do about that right now. And then I have this tree guy, which, because of the connection error, what happens is it doesn't kick you out of the game. Your character basically just stands there. So the entire time you're prone to aggroing monsters and all that other happy stuff. So do keep that in mind. You'll come back in the same area that you were, but you might have aggroed an enemy. Now there's going to be one more item around here that we want, and it'll take a second to get to, because of course we're back in the sludge. So if you don't like sludge, or you don't have a good supply of poison moss, don't do this yet. There's a reason why I go through off camera in between each episode and I farm souls, and that is so that I can actually have souls to buy items like poison moss and repair powder and things like that. That'll be incredibly helpful to you in the next episode. So come over here and you have the Nameless Knight set. And I want to get out of this poison before I waste all of my poison moss. There's another tree that we have to deal with, or we can deal with. It just depends. I skip him since there's not much of a point, because we basically made a complete circle right now. If you notice, we have this tower that I showed you with the slugs in the very beginning of the video. So we're basically back to the Keep Runes bonfire. And if you didn't want those items that I showed you, what you could do is clear that tower, pick up the undead bone shard, and then come over here to this ladder, which is the progression route. But if you want the items, you just make the full circle and you're good. Adds on a little bit of time, but not that much. Once we go up the ladder, we really won't need poison moss that much, so you can actually unequip it from your hotbar if you want, and equip, like, say, green blossoms or something for stamina regen. It's up to you. Now, before we go in there, which will be a bonfire and a covenant, what you're going to want to do is come up here, and there's usually a crystal lizard right here that you can kill, and I already killed it, and then this corpse has an item on it, and it's one of the ashes that you take back to Firelink Shrine, and you give the handmaiden so that she'll sell you different items. Extremely helpful, something that you definitely want to get, and then go to the bonfire. So just show you that quick circle, come in here, light the bonfire. It doesn't matter if you rest at the bonfire, you can if you want to. See, there we go. And this is the wolf for the covenant. This actually gets you into the Farron Covenant, and you can offer wolf's blood swordgrass. So that if you want to farm the enemies to get that wolf's blood swordgrass, you can actually farm for that so that you can upgrade your covenant ranking. Pretty simple, pretty easy covenant to get to. And what it allows you to do is if you wear that covenant item, it is, let me find it, Watchdogs of Farron. If you equip that, it's actually very simple because you will be then summoned into people that are embered in either Farron Keep or the above area above Farron Keep. And this way you can fight them and basically defend the forest. So that's what that covenant does. Pretty simple, pretty easy to get to. In the next episode, we shall be going up this lovely elevator, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, make sure you leave a comment. Otherwise, smash the like button. Go ahead and share this video with your friends, and I will see you all next time.